Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the D.O.M Movies podcast. I have a very special guest tonight. Your name is...
Lil Strawberry or Hannah.
Or Hannah. I mean, whatever you want to call her. I know she has, all her adoring fans out there. So, I hope everybody's doing good. We like doing these every now and then. Just a quick little sit down. We don't have to care about what we look like because, obviously, we don't really care what we look like, so we need to just make sure that at least our voices are pretty decent for this recording. So, how have you been? What have you been up to in a while?
School, mostly. My school has started back after all this crazy stuff, and then just recently filming our new videos.
That's right.
So that's probably the best part.
Creative outlet, it gives you something to do, and I'm glad we got to finally do something. Even though, I could eat candy on a daily basis. If you look out on her channel, you get to see us eat candy for you in front of all of you.
Blindfolded.
Blindfolded, I know.
Oh. Maybe. We might be blindfolded.
Spoiler alert. No, so this podcast is one that, obviously it's October, it's the Halloween season. Harry Potter isn't like a Halloween movie, but, that is one that we really want to discuss because it has the feel, the atmosphere. It's a good, harmless series of movies. So tell me, Hannah, what does Harry Potter mean to you? What is so good about Harry Potter to you?
Okay, so I like the thought of, another world with the magic and stuff. I feel like it's really cool, and I would like to, I wish Harry Potter was real. It's one of my favorite movies, so, I love it, and I love just the feel of it, and the characters and the actors are all really good, so it's a fun movie.
Exactly. It's a good escape movies, I do like that world. I know, obviously, Harry Potter is a huge fan base, but I know it's a good way to escape, and a lot of people have been fortunate enough to go to, the Harry Potter land and all that stuff, and kind of, some people live and breathe the Harry Potter world and philosophy and actually make, butterbeer and all that stuff, but no, it's a good series of movies. It's a good thing to talk about. So we thought we would go ahead and take this platform to discuss it with all of you. So what we decided to do is I sent Hannah some questions. We sent 10 questions to her. One of them, a few of them maybe will take a few more answers. One of the questions, I'll go ahead and tell you, is our favorite moment from each film. So there's technically 8 movies, but there's 7, whatever. So our favorite moments from each individual one will take a minute to kind of discuss and talk about. But all right, so without further ado, we will get this going. So, number 1 question. Who is your favorite Harry Potter character? And why? So, I'll let you go first.
Okay,
and I'll go.
Okay. So, my favorite character from Harry Potter is Draco Malfoy. Number 1 is he's a Slytherin, and I like that house, and that I'm not a bad person. Okay, I'm not an evil person.
Sure, at this point, we don't believe you. No,
and then he also is I just feel like he's a strong character, and he's he has so much potential. Obviously he kind of ends up more on the bad side, but I think he's a really good, solid character, and he's also a pretty nice looking character.
See, that's what it is. You're he's handsome. I like to look at him. No, Draco's a good choice. I mean, I'll talk about Draco in a minute, but yeah, so good choice. Okay, so my favorite character, this one was hard because I have a lot of characters that I enjoy, but the one I chose is Professor Snape. The reason why I chose Snape is because, one, he's misunderstood. The whole series, you think he is just this terrible professor, and, obviously, if you didn't read the books and you didn't obviously see anything past 6, then you get validated with not liking him with how fast he joins, Voldemort and all those guys. Yeah. But there was for a reason. Then you get a little bit more depth. You find out, he was in love with Lily Potter, and, he was bullied by Harry's dad, and that's why he's so mean to him. I mean, he just has a lot of depth as a character. I think I love Alan Rickman, who plays him. He's really cool in a lot of other movies besides Harry Potter. I think he nailed, for somebody who read the books before the movies came out, well, I guess the first few books before the movies came out, he's the perfect Snape. And I think he is my favorite. He just has a lot to offer the Harry Potter world. So that is my choice.
Yeah, that's pretty solid choice.
I like Snape. Snape's a good dude. Okay, so that was our favorite. So who is your least favorite character and why?
Okay, so my least favorite character, I kind of want to say Voldemort, but then it's there'd be kind of no movie without him because he's the main bad guy.
True. Well, you're not getting rid of him. You're just, if he was your least favorite character.
Yeah, but then he also kind of helps make the movie, but probably Voldemort or Bellatrix. I just don't like the look of her and the way she is. I'm like, she's a good actor and it's a very strong
she's
character.
Like dirty looking.
She's just not, it's...
She needs to take a bath and just like
yeah.
wash her hair a little bit. Yeah. No, I totally get it. So if you had to pick one of those, who do you least like the most?
Probably go with Bellatrix.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah. I don't blame you.
Or the snake. What is his name? Voldemort's really long snake.
I forgot. Here, I need to look up something real quick. So yeah, no, those are good choices. I think because when I looked at when I thought about the different characters and my choices and stuff, I was thinking of it as one that like you have good valid reasons, I think, because Voldemort's the bad guy, but you kind of need him. And then Bellatrix, obviously, she's a mess.
You know what else I thought? I totally forgot to I forgot her name right now, but we just call her the Pink Lady.
That's what I'm actually looking up. Dolores Umbridge.
Dolores. I hate her so much.
So mine was a tie between Dolores Umbridge and the one I actually chose. And the one I actually chose is one that I'm like, I don't know why to me he beat out her because she's such a freaking mess in that movie. But I chose Dudley Dursley. Dursley is the worst character, which because originally we were gonna do I was gonna do like favorite, least, and then like best and worst. I'm like, but that's kind of the same thing. So I was like, no, Dudley Dursley as a character is only in the first few. You kind of see him for bits and pieces of the rest of them, but he's such a terrible kid, and he's so freaking mean to Harry and like spoiled and that whole family. I almost wanted to put that whole family on there, but like that kid is the freaking worst. He is terrible. Yeah. And just like,
yeah, there's a few least favorite characters. I don't know if I could pick, because Dolores Umbridge and then Bellatrix and the
Dudley Dursley, which I hate him so much. I knew their last name was Dursley, I just could not remember his first name. So when I looked it up, I was like, oh, and I saw the poor actor's face, and I was like, because anybody who's a fan of Harry, I know if you're smart, you'll be able to separate him, the actor, versus like the character. But he played that Weasley spoiled garbage kid so well that bless his heart. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Okay. Okay, so next up we have our most important character. Who do you think is the most important character and why?
Okay, so I feel like there's not just like one most important character, because a lot plays into it, so you need a lot of the characters. A lot of them are pretty important. I would say number one, because like it's the title of the movie, he is the main character. There's kind of no movie without him, Harry Potter himself. And then, Dumbledore is a very important character, I feel. He's there, he helps Harry through stuff, and then Voldemort, Voldemort is important because he's the bad guy, and there's no issues without Voldemort. So
exactly, you need the antagonist. Yeah,
it wouldn't be exciting.
So who do you think who's your most important of those three?
So of those three, I would probably say Harry, I guess.
I agree with you. I actually put Harry Potter too.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Voldemort would have existed regardless. But and I know the movie is called Harry Potter, obviously, but like you need Harry Potter to give Voldemort something to fight against. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then Harry just, his upbringing was poor and it was not very good. He was bullied, and then he goes and it's like you had to watch him grow into the hero we needed him to be at the end. And to me, without him, I mean, and I hate to, it sounds so stupid because his name is the movie, but like if without Harry Potter, there is no movie. Like you need Harry Potter. I don't see anybody else being able to carry the movie. Like if the movies existed and the books existed without Harry Potter, I don't see anybody else being able to carry it as well as Harry Potter. I think you need him. Yeah. Plus Daniel Radcliffe did a really good job. I think he was like the perfect Harry Potter. So without him, I think he was. Yeah, you needed that, and I also think you needed Daniel Radcliffe. Like at this point, I don't know if it's because he's the one that we all just put the face to, Harry Potter, but I don't imagine anybody else playing Harry Potter like he did. So. We agree.
He brought the character to life like really well, so it's just
exactly. You needed him. Okay, so we did our most. Who's your least important character?
Okay, this one I was like spent a long time thinking on, and I still don't know. See, I feel like these aren't even really characters, they're kind of important, but not really. Is like the little goblins at the bank. They're very non-important.
Wow, you're throwing the goblins out.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know who else. Okay, let me think about
That's
this.
so sad. They're just working their nice banking job. They're trying to make money for their families, and you're like, get rid of them.
More time to think. See, okay. If we're talking about real characters, also is Draco's little squad,
what, Crab and
Goyle.
Yeah,
they're kind of necessary to be there for Draco because he's got his little squad, but they're also a little bit.
Obviously, because we can reference the books if you want. They did more in the books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't really do them that well in the movies. I think they picked the characters pretty well, but like the characters themselves, they didn't really do anything with. So like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're kind of pointless too.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of Crab and Goyle because
what
they're kind of like wallpaper to me.
Yeah.
Like they were always just with Draco, and then all of a sudden, I think it was Goyle who just kind of disappeared, or Crab. One of them disappeared. They switched
the actors in the last movie, and I was like,
I'm like, what happened to him? I think he went to jail. I don't know if I read that wrong or somewhere, or if I imagined that, but I think something happened to him where they had to replace him. But I'm like, they didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well. Okay, so that was yours. So my least important one just happens to be your favorite character, and that's Draco Malfoy. I think Draco Malfoy is the least important character in the entire series. Like he's there strictly to give Harry Potter a bad time. Like that's it. And other than that, he does nothing. Like he's kind of a chicken the whole series. He doesn't really help with anything. He just kind of pops in every now and then. He bullies Harry Potter and disappears and doesn't do anything else. I don't think he's not a good actor. I like the actor. I think Draco as a character, like I like the character of Draco, but if I had to pick my least important character, he's not that important. Like he doesn't do anything other than be in the way. He's somebody who bullies, like, what is it, the sixth one he gets kicked by, like he's bullying that little horse flying thing and he gets kicked and he freaks out and cries. And then he gets bullied by Harry, or like Harry retaliates and he starts crying. He couldn't kill Dumbledore, and that was something that they prepped him for, which is good because he had a change of heart, but like he didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean that logic makes sense, but like I just can't imagine the movie without him though.
I know.
It adds more slightly, even though he doesn't really do anything. It does add to the movie.
I know, and I like Draco. It's tough because I like Draco, but I was trying to think of it as like I didn't want to choose like you chose the goblins from the bank. Because like there's a lot of side characters that I could be like like Crab and Goyle. Crab and Goyle. No, Crab and Goyle is a great choice. I didn't even think of them. Yeah. I probably would have chose them over Draco, honestly. Yeah. But like
you said, they're wallpaper.
They're wallpaper. They're just there. In the books, they did so much better. Like they were kind of more there. But like Draco, I think you could take Draco out of the books and even the movies, and it'd be the same thing. Nothing would change without Draco.
Yeah,
his parents did more. Lucius was a Death Eater, so like he did more, and it just I think that like you needed the parents, and so Draco I think was supposed to live up. Like his whole thing was he's supposed to live up to his family being Death Eaters, but like it just it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I guess it just like depends on who you are and how you watch the movie. Because when I watch the movies, I'm like Draco is a big part of it because he is my favorite character. So I can't imagine the movies without him, and I think there would be a big difference. But someone who doesn't focus as much Draco as their favorite character, would be like, nah.
Well, like, and that's the thing. I want to rewatch all these, and I think if I do,
I think I'm about to.
You need to like
again.
So don't watch them again, and then be like watch them with the intent of like. For him being my least least not favorite but least important, like just watch it and be like,
watch them together.
I mean he just doesn't like. I just don't. Think he needs it. You know what I mean?
What you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, Draco's a great character, and I like Tom Felton, but I just don't think Draco. Yeah, he didn't do anything. Everything they prepped Draco for, like. What I don't remember which one. I don't remember which movie it is, but like the one where they're following him because they think he's doing stuff. And is it the? It's the one where they have the little cupboard thing that he sees his. Which one is it? I think it's like
the one that
it's the third one.
Putting the apple.
Yeah, I think is that the third one?
No, that's not the third one. He's older in that one. Is that
the fifth one? Sixth one? It's not the sixth one. Is it the sixth one?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it Half-Blood Prince? Maybe it is.
No, that's the one where they take the diary from the second movie and they hide it in that place up in that basement. That's the Yeah, that's one of the
there's just a lot of sneaking around with him. He that's ultimately what he's good for. Which again, I feel bad because I like him as a character. He just
I think that's part of the Deathly Hallows because that's the one where they have the big fight in the bathroom, Harry and Draco too, and Draco ends up all bloody. I think that's one of the Deathly Hallows or the 6th one.
Yeah, see, and there you go. He gets bloodied when he fights him in the bathroom, and then he
just kind of lays there dying.
He just lays there dying. No, but then also too when he calls him out when Snape's teaching him how to use their battle, and is that the first or second one? And Draco's like, "I'm gonna get you, Potter," or whatever he says. Then he gets hit by him too. It's just really funny. I like Draco, but man,
I feel like Harry wouldn't have that's like Harry's person that was like his. Kind of like he's bullied, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you needed an antagonist to the protagonist, and they didn't want to give you Voldemort yet because obviously he's the big bad. So you needed like little minions to give Harry a hard time. So like I completely understand Draco. Yeah. I think, and it like motivated Harry to do better. You know, so you could argue either thing. I could see him maybe not being the least, especially now that
it might have gone.
I hate dogging on Crabbe and Goyle so much, but like they really are just nothing characters.
Yeah.
Poor little people.
It could have gone way different if Harry had chosen Draco's side at the very beginning, the very first movie.
Can you imagine, like, alternate universe so Harry Potter?
I kind of want to see that.
You should write a fanfic on that. Just like write like a 4-page, like if he were to join Draco book. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. All right, so this is a fun one. I tried to think of a couple creative ones. So, which good guy do you think would make a really good bad guy?
Okay, I think you're going to be pretty unexpected on this.
Let me see. Let's hear
it. A good guy that I think would make a better bad guy is Nymphadora Tonks.
What?
You don't know who that is?
Which one is
She's
that?
the one with the purple hair.
Oh, yeah.
Her hair can change colors, and she can, like,
so explain yourself.
Whatever. So, okay, the reason why is because she's, like, a really strong character, and she's not, like, she's just backgrounded a lot, so I feel like she could have done more if she was on the bad side. And also, I feel like she should have been bad because she would have been better than Bellatrix because she's more like... I think she's stronger, and she's, like, not as nasty as Bellatrix.
She takes a bath, so she'll be good.
I just think she's, like, a really strong character, and she could have done a lot more in the movie, but they didn't. On the good guy side, she was not shown a lot, but on the bad guy side, she probably could have done a lot more. So I think it'd be cool.
Okay, that's good reasoning. I would have never thought of somebody like that.
Yeah, that's what
I was choosing. Because I think what it is I was trying to choose like characters that maybe with a little push could join that dark side, like almost like Star Wars. If you just get pushed, you join the dark side. Like I think so. My choice, I went with Hermione Granger. So, the reason why I chose Hermione, one, she's tired of all these boys, dude. She's like, they're giving them such a hard time. Like, she's annoyed with them most of the time. She loves them. Like, she loves all these guys. But, like, they're always messing stuff up, so she's getting just annoyed, right? She's getting fueled with annoyance. Then, she already knows, like, all the spells. She's mastered them all. She knows them all perfectly. She knows how to pronounce them. She knows how to do them. I think, again, if she just wanted to, I think she would, like, be the female Voldemort, I think. She could go in there, like... She could definitely like do it,
bring
man.
a lot because she's so smart.
She's so smart. She is smart with her, like she'll have emotions and stuff, but she doesn't let it go bad. So like she doesn't let them run her, you know?
Yeah.
And if she were to take everything she knows about the spells, just her aggression towards all these people around her doing dumb, idiotic things. Half the series she looks annoyed. Like half the series she looks annoyed. And then she kind of calms down once they get a little bit older. I would say probably around. I don't know, maybe maybe Goblet. Goblet, she looks a little less annoyed. The first 3, she looks really annoyed.
6th one, I think, or the 7th. It's either the first Deathly Hallows or the 6th one, which I can't remember the name of. Half-Blood Prince?
Which one? The 6th one? Yeah, Half-Blood Prince. Yeah.
Okay, when they're, like, in the woods and they're living together and they're destroying the Horcruxes or whatever, she just gets, like, so overly mad at Ron and Harry. But I know it's because of the Horcrux, of that, but still just she could just be pushed over, and then she could bring a lot to the bad guy side.
And actually, now that I'm thinking of it, the 4th one is when you start to kind of realize she kind of has a thing for Ron, because then he goes with, I don't remember who he takes as a date, but she ends up with that dude that's from... oh God, she ends up with that one big Quidditch player. Yeah. But like she goes with him, and then she gets jealous because he's like, he gets jealous at her. That's what it is. Yeah, he gets upset, and so she's like crying in the hallway, and so she's like pushing everybody away. I'm like, if
Yeah.
she was somebody, like if I'm telling you, if she got pissed off enough at Ron or anybody else, she could just do it. I'm done. She's like, I'm gonna start
Ron
this
and
right.
Harry take those two twins.
That's what it is, and Ron has like no interest because he's jealous that Hermione
Yeah.
took. I can't remember his name. Because he
came from the
he came from the little Russian school, and then like he is like the best Quidditch player. He plays in the tournament that they go watch, and I can't remember his name. I had it a minute ago because I was trying to make sure I was able to reference some stuff. But,
yeah, no, it's like in the back of my head,
and it's like I don't know, it's like some easy name too. I can probably look it up, but I'll do that later. Okay, so which good guy or which bad guy do you think would make a good guy?
Okay,
this one's a tough one. This one was hard for me.
Yeah, this one is really hard. I'm kind of like thinking of these answers now because I didn't fully get to look at them. But so I'm thinking like what's his name? Voldemort's assistant. I think he was the rat for a while.
Oh, Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah, he was just like so mistreated by Voldemort. And it's just kind of like sad. Like he wouldn't have been like
was it what they call Wormtail? Is that
yeah, he wouldn't have been like an amazing good guy, but like.
He has a reason.
He could have been good had he been treated better, and he could have been like.
Yeah, and they could have used him being treated so poorly to fuel him to be good. That would have been a good, interesting choice.
Yeah.
Poor little guy. Like he gets his arm cut off, and I don't think he gets his tail cut off, but I know they give him the new hand.
Also, I think it would be kind of funny to see Draco actually be a good guy, and him and Harry like be friends and like fight the people together. I think that would be pretty cool.
That's like. I almost chose Draco. I think the reason why I didn't is because he kind of teetered. Like he wasn't. He was like
good. He's like
he was just a bad kid, but I wouldn't call him a bad guy. Like all these other I wouldn't consider him like a Voldemort. He was he was a bully. Like that's ultimately what he was.
He was the boy who had no choice.
Yeah. He was exactly. This is what he was destined to do, and so it's just like he was destined to be the bad kid. So I think he just didn't have a choice. Because there's moments where he kind of shows some good sides, Not a lot, but there every now and then there's few moments where he has some good moments. Not a bad choice. So I went with one that, for no other reason than I think like she's so crazy that I think it'd be kind of interesting, like almost like a Wormtail thing, where like if she were to get annoyed enough, that seems like my description of these. Yeah, she gets annoyed enough, but like if there's a reason enough to it, I think she would make a good guy, which is actually Bellatrix Lestrange. Okay, showers and dirty hair aside, I think if her and Voldemort got into an argument, I could just picture it. Like, he's calling her stupid or, like, getting on to her for doing something wrong. And her just being like, bro, like, you gotta stop.
Fine, and then I'm gonna get you, Voldemort.
And then I'm not gonna even say she'll be a good guy. Like, she's not gonna be like, okay, now I'm a good person, because she's killed a lot of people.
I feel like she'd be, like, her own thing.
She'd be her own thing.
Voldemort.
Exactly. I could see her being, like, an in-betweener, but just against Voldemort. It would have been interesting to see her battle Voldemort for the side of all the good people. I think it'd have been interesting. She is such a strong, crazy character. Like, you don't know what she can do. Like, you know what she can do, but, like, you wouldn't know what she would do as far as being on a good side, because she has no rules. Like, if you take the rules of a bad guy, but they're good, then they can do more. Harry Potter and all these guys, they don't want to kill anybody, but if Bellatrix does not care, she's like, I will kill you. So if she's a good person and will kill you, that's even scarier, because you're like, that means you have no rules. So that'd be crazy. It'd be crazy to see, because she makes such a good bad person.
Yeah.
But, oh man. Okay, so the next one I have on my list was going to be moment from each film, but I'll do that last. We'll actually just knock out the easier questions.
Probably gonna take.
That'll take a minute, and it kind of depends, because we may agree. Okay, so what is your favorite film? Which one of them is your favorite?
Drama, no. Okay, my favorite is the Deathly Hallows, but it has to be both parts together. I count them as one movie.
Yeah,
they're
a lot of people do.
They're one movie. They come in two different discs, but they're one. They don't work without each other. Like you said in your other video.
Yeah, my ranking video?
Yeah. So those are my favorite, the Deathly Hallows.
Okay, I like it. So I did my ranking. I did my, ranking what I think in order they are. And I actually changed my favorite one, which I can't go... I mean, I guess I could delete it and redo it later, but I actually changed my number one ranking, because once I got done recording and I talked about it more, my favorite film is The Goblet of Fire. And I think the reason why I like the Goblet of Fire, because the Goblet of Fire, I even said in my video, the Goblet of Fire is my favorite book. Like, I loved reading Goblet of Fire. And I think why I like it so much is because, one, the tournament. I think the whole tournament's really intriguing. Like, just bringing all these other schools in. There's no rules. They just get to go do their thing. It almost is scary. Like, obviously, you don't find out till later they're not actually killing any of the kids. But, like, when you're watching it or reading it, you think, like, these kids are actually drowning. Like, if they don't come get them, those kids are going to drown. And they're going to be those, you see, like, the maze where it's kind of absorbing all of them. Like, that's terrifying. Like,
the first time I saw that, I was like, what?
Like, what is happening? Yeah, exactly. So, like, it's slightly... So, the tournament itself.
Yeah. 2,
like, it's slightly... Prisoner of Azkaban was already kind of darker, but this one, it kind of takes that darker tone, where it's like, there keeps being rumblings of, like, Voldemort might be coming back. You get to see, Wormtail working towards some things. It brings in Robert Pattinson, so, like, they're introducing this new, like, leader, of Gryffindor. And then...
No, he's in Hufflepuff, isn't he?
Is he? I thought he was Gryffindor.
No,
is he Hufflepuff?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Hufflepuff.
Fact checkers. If I'm wrong, I'm probably wrong.
The only thing I don't like about... Okay, that used to be my favorite movie, but one thing is, I don't like that they bring him in and then kill him off all in the same movie.
You need to, though. They could have introduced Cedric sooner, so you had more emotional ties to him. I think it's supposed to be just like that shock. And again, the book is so long that you kind of get some more from him in the book. But, like, the movie itself, they want to introduce Cedric and be like, okay, cool. Maybe, like, anybody who didn't read the book is like, oh, Cedric will be a part of the future of the movies. But, no, when they kill him, like, it's shocking. And it's the first one that actually has some stakes. A lot of these other ones, like, there wasn't any stakes as far as, like, you think something's going to actually happen to anybody. But they strictly brought Cedric in just to kill him at the very end. Just so that way it's just, like, they're shocked because Voldemort's back. But I just think there was a lot, and it's the best looking one. Like, I think to me, the visuals are really cool. Like, them doing the underwater world and the different sceneries. And, I have a lot. Goblet of Fire, I think they did a really good job going from the book to the movie.
Yeah, I didn't like the part in the graveyard when he, like, cut open his wrist and all that, but
Yeah, there's a lot of scary stuff.
But that did used to be my favorite movie until, like, pretty recently. I was like, actually, I really love the Deathly Hallows. But I love all the movies, so
it's hard. That's why the ranking it was hard.
To choose,
And that's why, I mean, if anybody did or does end up watching my ranking thing, I put Deathly Hallows Part 2 as my favorite. And that's because they did such a good job ending the whole series. So I think why I changed it now was because I'm like, I didn't connect them as one movie. It should, because they're all Part 1, Part 2, but it's like, they came out separately in the theater. The book, isn't a part of it. So, yeah, all right. Okay, let's talk spells. So, there was a million spells. I looked up Harry Potter spells, and I read a few of them, because obviously there's the ones I already knew, and there's ones that I'd never heard of, so I just wanted to kind of look at some of the ones I never heard of before.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite spell?
Okay, so it's either Alohomora, the unlocking doors spell, because I feel like that would be a fun one to be able to use. Unlock doors, or the I don't know what it's called, the one where Harry, he like sets off the light and it's different animals, like someone has a stag and someone, what is that called?
The Patronums?
Yeah,
Patronus
the Patronus charm.
Yeah.
The Patronus charm.
Yeah.
I can't talk. I cannot talk. So yeah, I think those would be my favorite, just because they're fun and cool, and you have to be really strong to have the...
Yeah, those, you have to have some power behind that.
Yeah. So, that's mine.
Because I know the Patronus one, like, that's not one a lot of people can do. That's why you don't see it a lot. That's pretty cool. All right. So the one I chose is the one that has been... I chose it because I think it'd be cool to have, but it's one that has been joked about a lot. It's been one that... And that is Wingardium Leviosa.
It's Leviosa,
it's
not Leviosa.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. I had to do it because, one... If someone's making you mad, you don't want to hurt them, other than just, like, do the spell and, like, flow them around the room or something. Like, that's pretty cool. It's a good prank, obviously. I think this one has kind of jumped over to pop culture. A lot of people reference it and joke about it, all because of Hermione, and that just shows you the power she has, because she was able to do it so easy. But, yeah, Wingardium Leviosa I had to choose. That one is just funny to me.
Yeah, I love this scene in, which movie is that, when the troll comes into the castle and they use that spell.
Oh, it's the second one, I think.
It is the first or second one. That's a pretty cool scene, because that's like one of the first times they all work together. like really well.
Yeah.
I mean, they went down in the not the Chamber of Secrets, but yeah, they've all worked together before. But I feel like that was like the first time they like beat something big together.
Yeah,
so.
and it's funny because it's a giant troll, but it's like it's a little problem for it's a giant troll, but it's a little problem. Like they got to conquer a little problem first before they got to like real big problems. Okay, so besides Harry, who is the strongest student?
Okay, I'm gonna say Hermione Granger actually because she's got all the smarts, she's got all the spells, and she's like capable of doing anything really with her magic, and she gets kind of pulled back because she's obviously part Muggle or whatever, but like she's really strong, and so she has the smarts, so I feel like she could like conquer anything. She can do whatever she wants, and so yeah.
I agree with you. I put Hermione. I almost went a different route, but I went with Hermione because she's like a current student. The one I was going to do was Tom Riddle, because I'm like, technically that's a student. That's him in a student form. Like, because he's not Voldemort till later. He starts off as Tom Riddle, the student. And so, like, I think, but I didn't know if that was cheating. So, yeah, Hermione is a current student. And, everything you just said. She's smart. She knows how to do all the spells. She puts up with a lot.
She's got it all there.
She's got it all, man. Okay, so that is all of those. So do you want to answer the couple fan questions, or do you want to do...
Yeah.
Okay. So
we can do that because I feel like they'll be shorter than the favorite parts from each film.
We'll kind of speed round that. So we did get a couple fan questions. Let's dive into those. This is from J.E. J.E. So who do you think has the best character development? Who do you think they introduced and had the best growth over time?
Ron Weasley. I think he started off really small and like shy and like, just goofy and like he almost acted kind of dumb at first, and then like he grew and he became like this strong character, and he helped with a lot of stuff. I just feel like he grew really well. So.
Yeah, that's true. Ron's a good choice. I would say Harry Potter. I think because, they introduce him.
Too.
And
I was going to say him, but
he's a kid with no purpose who feels like he's alone and stuck in this world, has his birthday, and Hagrid comes in and swoops that, and every day his life gets changed. And they did a good job showing you his growth. You know?
I feel like almost it's hard to answer between the three main characters, actually, because Hermione did, too. She started as this little know-it-all little girl that was just all focused on everything, and she grew where she got stronger, but as well she still remains with her smarts, but she also became more she became more vulnerable, and she was able to rely on others and not try to do everything herself. So I feel like the three main characters, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, they all really grew.
They did a good job developing the three main characters.
And as friends as well, they all like grew closer together. It was really cool. I like those three characters.
So this is a tough one. So what are your thoughts? Oh, this is from Angelo Adam. What's your favorite thoughts on... what is your thoughts on the idea of Hagrid possibly being a Death Eater?
First off, I hope he's not. I feel like he's such just like a nice, cool character, and he's always been there for Harry, but so I feel like him being a Death Eater would just be like... Super
depressing. Like it'd be super depressing.
Yeah. It would just be like he went from like this really nice, what was I saying? Really nice character, and then all of a sudden you find out he's a Death Eater, and you're just like, what, has he been faking the niceness? Or does he really want to be good? I
could see it. I could see it as he wants to be good, because I think like if let's say he was one and then he left and now he's in he's this Hagrid we know, then I would forgive it more than if he was like still bad, because that'd be really sad if he was just like faking how he is.
Harry and all
so
that.
I could, because it's like kind of like Snape. Snape was good the whole time, but it's but I think it kind of just that'd be sad because I like Hagrid, but it would make more sense if he was one and then now he's not.
Yeah.
Like he's retired.
If he was one and he was like, I want to be nice and stuff, that would be better, but. Because he's just introduced so well. He's in the first movie. He's the one that brings Harry Potter into the Wizarding.
He's like a mentor. He's like the dad figure for Harry. Like Harry looks up to him like he's like a dad. Because there's Dumbledore. He's more like the elder mentor. He's grandpa. But he was his Hagrid was his dad, kind
Yeah.
of, you know, and he loved him like a dad. And this next one was from you.
Yeah, it
you threw in a
was.
question too. You know, which character do you think you're most like?
Okay. I honestly, I don't know. I feel like,
You asked the question, you gotta know.
Okay, well, I do know, but there's like a few. Okay, so Luna Lovegood, because she's like, she seems
so strange.
crazy and strange, but she's actually, you know,
She's
she's
very
actually
smart. No, she's
and
very
makes
smart.
sense. And so I feel like that kind of is like me. But then also, I say this, and because this reason is Harry Potter, because he could have been a Slytherin. When he got sorted, he would have done well as a Slytherin or a Gryffindor. And so this wasn't a question, but like what house you're in. So I'm a Slytherin, and then he, you know, I've taken the test several times, and I got Slytherin like half the time, and then like a few times I've gotten Gryffindor on like the actual test. So I just feel like. Also, I didn't start as a poor little kid with nothing. That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, you don't have to connect with him on that.
No,
I
like...
Personality-wise.
You know, I feel like I've grown like he did almost. Like, you know, got stronger. But yeah, I'm going to say Luna Lovegood because she like seems crazy and people are like, what are you saying? But then it actually ends up being smart.
Yeah, that's
she
not a
knows.
bad choice. Look at Luna Lovegood getting some love in there. This one was hard to answer because like I don't think I'm like any one character. Yeah. I think if I had to choose, it would be a combination of Ron and Hermione. Because like I have like when I'm really passionate about something, like I will learn as much detail as possible. I take things very seriously. Like even in school, like I would study certain things really well. Like I was really into history and maths. Like I know, like I'm really focused, you know, and I'm real into it. But I'm also extremely goofy. I'm kind of loud and obnoxious and kind of slightly. I'm not gonna say dumb because Ron's not dumb, but like
he's not dumb. But in the first movie, he acts a little
dumb. He acts a little crazy. He's a little goofy, a little oblivious. He likes to eat all day, and that's kind of like I am a mix of those two. I don't have one character in Harry Potter I think I'm like. But if you had like their kid, I could imagine would probably be me. Like when you know, it's when Deathly Hallows Part 2 ends and they throw their little kid on the train. I think that would be me. So yeah, that was my pick for that one. It's tough because there's you have moments of each character where you're like, oh, I could do that, but then they, you know, I'm nothing like Harry. Yeah. Like, and it's nothing personal with Harry, but like I'm not like Harry. I guess the little growing up poor thing could be, but that's about it. Like,
wait, what house are you in? Because since that was
well, I haven't taken the test or anything, but I mean. Not Slytherin. I think I'd be probably Gryffindor.
Okay, I was gonna say
maybe Hufflepuff.
Please don't say Ravenclaw. All my friends are Ravenclaw. I'm like the only Slytherin. So
what are the qualifications to being Ravenclaw?
Okay, so Ravenclaw is loyal. Loyalty is a Ravenclaw.
Oh well.
And then Hufflepuff is like niceness.
Yeah. So really, I could belong anywhere. I think I could belong anywhere.
Gryffindor is bravery, and then Slytherin is what is the word? I can never remember the word. I know what it is, but I don't remember.
So I think I could end up anywhere but Slytherin. Because I know you need a special kind of qualification to get to Slytherin, and I don't think I have.
Are you being rude right now? No.
Yeah. You have to be slightly just not all there to be in Slytherin.
You know what?
Your name has to be Hannah to be in Slytherin. Okay, well, cool. Good. I like answering these kind of questions because it's tough because I love Harry Potter, the series as a whole. I think choosing one answer for a lot of these questions is very tough because there's multiple kind of responses. But okay, now it's the one that will take a minute depending on how long we talk, but it'll be your favorite moment, a single moment from each movie. Okay So first, the Sorcerer's Stone. What is your favorite moment from the Sorcerer's Stone?
I think probably I'm trying to like recap the whole movie really quick in my head.
I know I had to think about each movie ahead of time.
I love when he just comes in and is getting all his stuff as a wizard and he's learning about the wizard world because he's like gets really excited when he goes behind the wall and is in what's it called? What is that street?
Gringotts?
Yeah. No, that's the bank.
Oh wait, no.
That's the bank.
Diagon Alley.
Yeah, he's there and he's getting his wand and stuff. I think probably actually when he's in the wand shop and he's like learning this stuff, it's like really cool watching him become the wizard. So
yeah, and that's actually what I was going to pick. It's that moment of like he thought his life was just total crap, and Hagrid takes him to the little brick wall. He gets to go in the cross, and as soon as it opens up, just that look of he's like,
wow,
like this is where I'm at, and he gets to go through the wand shop, and Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I'm picking that whole moment.
Yeah.
Because I was going to pick when he gets to pick his wand out, because I thought that was really cool. When I was a kid and I saw that in the theater, like, it was neat. Like, it was a neat thing. But, like, when he's like, the wand picks you, you know, and he finally grabs that wand and it, like, that light glows and,
yeah.
you know, it's like, this is you, man. This is your life now. But the whole moment from when he sees the whole Diagon Alley, he goes each thing and he gets to walk through.
When he arrives at the school and sees the school for the first time,
he gets his
all
owl.
just magical.
Yeah, all that stuff.
And then also probably the end, the first time he beats Voldemort with the Sorcerer's Stone.
And he was on Professor...
Quirrell.
That's what it is. Is that
his
Squirrel?
Squirrel!
Professor Squirrel!
No.
But yeah, dude, when he was just that face on the back of his head, that was creepy, man.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
Well, the first time I saw that, I was like, ew.
Like, what is happening?
But, like, I feel like, you know, that's the first time he ever does something, like, really strong, and that was even, you know, his first year, so it was, like, a really strong point for him. So.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So, look at
the beginning and the end is, like, really strong.
And because I like the moment when he realizes the stone's in his pocket.
Yeah.
Like, that was pretty cool. Like, he puts his hand in his pocket and he realizes, he's like, oh.
He's like, I have the power.
Dude, I have it right here. It's right here. Yeah. Okay, so next. The Chamber of Secrets.
Okay. I think... Let me think for a second, actually. So, the Chamber of Secrets, they go... I love the part when they're, like, going through the stuff together and, like, they're... I can't talk. They're, like... You know how they fall, like, underground with that one professor?
Yeah.
I also don't like that professor, whatever his name is.
Because he was
he
was fake. He was like a celebrity thinking that he knows what he's doing.
He wasn't even a good wizard.
No.
So, and they're going through, and then they find the Chamber of Secrets. And then also the part when he's fighting for Jenny in the Chamber of Secrets, and he gets the sword, and he, like, defeats the huge basilisk. And so, yeah. Again, that's a really strong part for him because he just, you know, he defeats it. He saves Jenny and whatever.
I like it.
So.
No, and mine, I mean, I basically agree. The one moment, because, like, I was trying not to choose, like, a whole scene, like, for the first one. But my favorite moment is when they're down there fighting the basilisk and he stabs the Tom Riddle's book with the thing.
Yeah,
the
that's, like...
And, like, it just starts oozing out, and it's, like, kind of grody looking, like... That was a pretty cool moment because you realize, oh crap, like he can actually, it's the first time in your head he can put kind of his soul into like objects. And so like that was kind of creepy because then obviously that's what they're looking for. That was a Horcrux, so like they're looking for more of them, like the whole rest of the end. So it's like had they known that sooner, they probably would have started doing that sooner, but you don't know, like that's what that is. But they killed it, and that took a piece of him away. So yeah, that was cool. All right, Prisoner of Azkaban. What do you think?
What happens in this movie?
So here, I'll go first. And so I think the coolest moment of Prisoner of Azkaban to me is the one when, or is the part when Harry is waiting. It's like after he already experienced and he thinks he saw his dad and they saved him from all the Dementors. Mm-hmm. I like the moment when he's waiting for his dad and he can see himself, you know, getting ready to fight off the Dementors, but it was actually him who set off the Patronus spell and not his dad. So he realized like, he can actually have that power. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's in Prisoner.
Mm-hmm. It's because it's all the time travel one. So it's the one where they're jumping around and you know they relive kind of moments.
Oh, isn't that also the one where he finds out that what is his name?
That's the one where they realize Wormtail is Ron's rat.
Yeah, and they find out that
Homeboy's a werewolf.
The one dude is his godfather. What is his name? Something Black.
Sirius Black.
Sirius Black. Yeah. I guess that would be when he finds out that Sirius Black is, and then he just starts getting closer to him. Obviously, he's not close to him in that movie right away, but like...
Yeah, because he's still skeptical. He finds out that he's his godparent or whatever he is, and then, like, as soon as... But he still thinks he's bad. So then it's not until he saves him that he realizes he's good. But, yeah, those are good moments. Yeah,
I'm going to agree with you on when he realized it was him, not his dad. That was... Yeah. I can tell you my least favorite part was when... Dumbledore had to drink all that stuff to get the...
Oh, but that's in...
Isn't that in that movie?
No,
because
that's
in... They're time traveling.
No, that's in Half-Blood Prince.
Okay, I was lost there because...
he does that right before he ends up getting killed.
Wait. Oh! Okay, I'm not smart.
No, the time travel, because Hermione has that little,
yeah,
you know.
I thought that was the part where they time travel. Okay.
Yeah, the third one's very clever, but like if you're not paying attention a lot through it, like I remember when I first watched
It's been
it,
a while
I was really
since
confused when I first
it.
watched it. But yeah, so good stuff. So Goblet of Fire, what do you think?
My favorite part in this, just because it's funny, is because when Harry's name gets picked out of the goblet, and they're all like confused,
just
and
like,
then he
why
has
is he there?
to do the tournament anyway, and so he's obviously scared. So like, that's I just think it's funny because they were all like freaked out because his name was in there. So I would probably say that part.
Goblet of Fire, there's a couple moments I like when
Yeah.
he fights the dragon.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool scene. But the moment, I think, is when he has to figure out the clue for that egg. And so he's in that giant tub and he's kind of sitting there, and then he realizes, like, he puts it underwater and hears that clue. Because it's very creative, it's a cool moment, and it's also, like, realizes you have to really think to be able to win this tournament.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. And obviously there's the big ones, like Voldemort returns and Cedric Diggory dies.
Is that the one when the Weasley twins give him the map? That's I solemnly swear. Is that movie, or is that? I'm trying to think because I'm forgetting.
I think it's the third one.
I'm forgetting all the small parts because it's been a while.
I think it's the third one.
I'm gonna go rewatch these.
Right, I know. It's like you have to rewatch them sometimes because you forget some of the littler moments.
Yeah.
Like you always remember the big moments, but I think the littler ones. Okay, so this is actually my least favorite Harry Potter movie, but The Order of the Phoenix. Which one? What is your moment from that one?
That is the one with Dolores Umbridge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think my favorite part is at the end when they get her out of there and the Weasley twins come with the, like, fireworks and all that. You know what I'm talking about? I love that part because they're just, like, in your face, lady. It's
like, oh,
just
no.
like, yeah.
All right. I think mine would probably be when Sirius Black dies, which sounds awful, but like I think you need him to die for Harry to be more motivated.
Yeah.
It's a very emotional scene. I think it's the most emotional scene in that movie. That's also the one where they Ron and Harry turn into those dudes.
What I was about to say. That is also one of my favorite parts. It's so
just be able to sneak into the...
Yeah, especially when he kisses the lady's wife and then they figure out it's not the real guy. And the real guy comes and is like, What are you doing?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
The lady's face, too, when it turns back into Ron. She's just like, what just happened?
Okay, so Half-Blood Prince. What do you think?
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, no.
Okay, so we were just talking about the Half-Blood Prince is the one where everything happens, actually, a lot.
You find out, so that one you find out more about Tom Riddle. You find out, you see him more as a kid and his kind of evil side. Then you get Snape, wherein everyone thinks he is bad because he kills Dumbledore, and obviously Dumbledore dying is a huge thing. It's hard for me not to choose scenes over moments, because like the moment could be when Harry, like when Dumbledore dies. I mean, that's not my favorite moment because that's sad as all get out, but I think it would have to be when Dumbledore dies. Like that whole thing with Snape stepping in to kill Dumbledore, because you realize that was in together. Like you think Snape's just killing him, but they agreed. Like Dumbledore's like, please, like I told you to kill me. Like,
so Draco didn't have to.
Yeah, so Draco didn't have to.
Yeah. And then Harry watching and realizing all that. So
there's more
sounds
to it.
Bad, but like when
you watch in the moment, that's all
just
depressing. But obviously there's a lot more to it that you find out later.
Yeah.
But, okay, Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Okay, these are hard for me to choose my favorite part because I love the Deathly Hallows. And I might mess up because I get messed up deciphering which part is from which movie.
Yeah.
Because I told you I consider them as one. So probably here you go first on this one. Because I gotta decipher the movies which one's which.
So the first one, I mean, there's a lot in the first one, but I think that one of the moments that I think it's like you watch it and you're like, okay, things are getting real now, but then it ends is Voldemort finding Dumbledore's grave and stealing his wand. Because he realizes that's the wand he needs, it's the only one he can use.
Oh, I hate that part, because he just leans
in over his dead Dumbledore. Yeah, and that's with the end of the movie, and there's so many good things before that, but that one you're like, okay, things are real now, because he has the wand he needs to be able to fight. And, I think that one was...
There's a lot that goes on. I think my favorite part is when they're at, Luna Lovegood's house, and they Harry and Ron are like, well, not Ron, Harry's hearing the story for the first time.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, is him hearing the story of the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah. Anybody who says Dobby dying is very sad.
Oh.
You're sad individuals. Because he dies, like, right when he saves everybody.
That's what I was thinking. That's, like, one of my least favorite parts.
Yeah, poor Dobby. He was annoying as hell to me, but, like, bless his heart.
That was probably, which I don't know what movie that was, but that was also a really good part when Harry put the sock in the diary and he gets let free.
That's the second one, yeah. That's Chamber of Secrets. Poor little guy.
That was early on. I thought Harry was older. Yeah.
No, I know. You forget sometimes, because, like, I always remember Dobby being slightly goofier, and those are the first two are a little bit less dark. Yeah. You know, there's some dark things, I guess, but
I don't like the scene when Dobby is introduced because he's just like messing everything up. More for Harry because he, you know, Harry's uncle, dad. I was gonna say dad. That's why. Yeah. His uncle comes upstairs and is getting all mad at him, and it's like he's ruining Harry Potter's life. I know he's trying to save.
He's trying to save him.
He's trying to save it, but he's like, no, I need to go to Hogwarts. Yeah. You can't.
And he just doesn't know how to interact because, you know, poor guy. He's just like beat up and tortured all day.
His poor little scarf thing outfit.
His rag clothes. Yeah. Okay, so part two.
My favorite part is, this sounds horrible, but when Harry Potter is dead and their kid.
Oh, yeah.
What is his name? Hagrid is carrying him, and then he just rolls out of his arms and stands up and is like, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm alive!
I'm alive!
And then, the funny part is, which actually wasn't even in the script, is when Voldemort and Draco do that weird hug thing. That wasn't even in the script. So
they just did it anyway.
It was hilarious. And they kept it because it was so funny and awkward. But yeah, I think it's just when Harry rolls out of Hagrid's arms and is like, I'm here, and then they all start fighting and they win and stuff. Yeah. Obviously, they win.
No, I think mine would be when, I just forgot his name. What homeboy who cuts off the snake's head? Neville. Yeah, because I think that moment I like because it gives some of these other characters some confidence for this gigantic battle. You know what I mean? Like, they're all fighting and doing their thing, and I think Neville, of all people, he's another one with good character development. He was just this little nothing the whole time. And then
he grew pretty...
He grew pretty big. There was that whole conspiracy, if you read it, about how the Chosen One is actually Neville, not Harry Potter. It makes a lot of sense if you read it and you look at all the different things. Like, it makes a lot of sense, but obviously it's not.
Yeah, I feel like that's another thing. It's not a scene or like a favorite part from the movie, but like a favorite thing is they all of them, every single character, you know, the Weasleys, the mom and the dad, the Luna, they all just come together and fight as one giant group. And Professor McGonagall, she is so amazing.
She's awesome.
I love how she just like takes charge in the Deathly Hallows, and she's like,
nope,
you're not getting into this.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which death do you think is the saddest one?
Oof.
Because there's a good amount. I would say either Dobby or I think, isn't it Fred that dies?
Yeah.
Or is it George? Whichever.
One of the twins die. So I agree with that because it's like they're twins and they've been together their whole life. They're best friends, grown up together, and then you lose that person.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and the Weasleys are such an important part of the story.
It's like losing half of him almost.
Yeah, he loses half of himself. Obviously, for the mom, she loses a kid, and Ron looked up to his brothers, and he just lost a mentor to him. And yeah, that was pretty sad. And then Dobby, just because it's like, Dobby's Dobby. Like, he's just a sad little house elf.
Didn't Professor Lupin and Fedora die too? Or were they still alive? I think Professor Lupin died and Fedora was still alive.
Isn't she the one that is... which one's the one that at the beginning, like, is it Deathly Hallows Part 1, or is it Half-Blood Prince that gets eaten by that snake, dude? That was freaking creepy. Like, they have her floating... And she's like, Snape. Oh, I think it's part 1 because she's like, Snape.
That's a blonde lady. Who is that?
I don't know who. I don't remember her name. But that was pretty intense because she's a teacher you've seen a few times in the series, and all of a sudden she's floating on the table, and this snake kills her, and you're
that's not the fortune teller lady with the big glasses.
Yeah, it's the one with the big glasses. Yeah, I think she teaches like the agriculture stuff. I think.
She teaches how to like read the crystal ball or whatever.
Yeah. She's a hippie.
Yeah. No, Nymphadora is the one that I said earlier with purple hair.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And she's married to Professor Lupin. So
yeah.
One of them dies. I don't remember which one it is, but that's also really sad because...
It's so sad.
They're all sad deaths, you know? I know that he didn't really die, but at first, when I first saw the movie and I first thought that Harry Potter had died... Yeah. That was really upsetting. And that's why that was my favorite. One of my favorite parts is when he rolled out of Hagrid's arms and was just like, I'm here.
I'm awake. Yeah. So, all right. We did it. So that's a lot of Harry Potter talk. Let us know down below, guys, some of your answers to some of these questions. I know there's a lot. It's very hard. I tried to be... I'm not going to say prepared. I didn't want to overthink my answers. I just wanted to have my answer and then be able to kind of talk about it. But, like, it's tough. The world of Harry Potter is so big. There's so many characters and so many moments and things that it's tough to choose.
There's so many opportunities for alternative endings.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there could be, like, tons of fanfics, all this stuff.
Which I need to look and see if there actually is any. Because, you know, there's probably somebody that, like, created that if Harry actually went to Slytherin. Or if he was friends with Draco. Or, you know,
this.
If he joined Voldemort.
There are, like,
all these
so
things.
many alternative endings
there's a lot.
to that movie.
All right, guys. Well, that's where we're going to cut off this Harry Potter podcast. Where can we find you? Where are some different locations we can find you? Besides, like, your house. Or
my address is... No. Go follow my Instagram at Lil Strawberry. Lil, L-I-L.
Lil.
2006. And my YouTube channel is Lil Strawberry.
She's the one with the Hannah face.
Yeah.
So guys, go check out Hannah and her page and Instagram. Look out for this podcast that we'll be posting a little bit later. And also just some videos that we'll be posting on her channel and all sorts of stuff. Keep a lookout for everything.
Got new videos coming.
Obviously, all the support is appreciated. Everybody who's been watching and subscribing. I think I'm up like 15 subscribers this past week or so. So that's pretty cool. So I'm kissing that 1450 mark. I'm kissing the 1450. So everybody else, just keep giving the thumbs up, keep commenting, showing your support, and we'll all talk a little bit later. So let us know down below, too, what is another themed kind of discussion that you would like us.
Some sort of movie or movie series. I was thinking Twilight. But I don't know if you've seen those.
No, I've seen them all. I don't know as many moments and characters as in depth. That'd be a good one to bring Caitlin and your sister into.
Yeah.
Like, we should have like a group discussion.
And Lori.
Lori and Caitlin in these, because I think that'd be pretty fun.
It would probably turn into a debate with the two of them, though.
Probably, but you know what? That's fine. If we can have people arguing, maybe I can just be the host. I'll be the host, and y'all can answer the questions. Because I've seen all of them. I really like the first one. The other ones after that I kind of forget them because they kind of like I know again kind of like Harry Potter is I kind of know big moments, but I don't really know. Like I know New Moon, Homeboy turns into a wolf. The third one he disappears, or no, that's the second one he disappears. Edward. That's a whole other discussion.
So
we're talking Twilight on Harry Potter podcast.
You know.
But let us know some different series and things if what you would like us to hear. And that is it, guys. So thank you again so much. And we will see you and hear you and smell you in the next video. Take it easy, guys.